I just fucking love ammo displays! One of my earliest memories of Halo, aside from, the Halo, was the gun with the numbers on it, and I'm willing to bet I'm not alone in that. I bet a lot of people thought, that's the game that has the gun with the numbers on it, when someone mentioned Halo in the early 2000s. And since that initial game, every single game in the Halo series has at least 1 or 2 guns with numbers on them. This video initially began as just a silly little thing, but unfortunately it sort of spiraled out of my control because the world of Halo ammo counters goes deeper than I could have possibly imagined. And it all began here, in 2001. In Halo Combat Evolved, the assault rifle's ammo counter is a simple triangular display built into the top of the weapon. At the center is the ammo count in a chunky, blocky font. Below it sits an X and a bullet icon, while above is a rounded compass that actually updates in real time as you move. A thin cyan border runs around the edges of the display, and finally, a CRT scanline effect finishes the look, giving it this rugged, retro-futuristic military look. Interestingly, during the development of Halo 1, the ammo counter went through quite a few iterations, with the most famous one being the GameStock 2001 pre-release version of the game. The X and bullet icon took up the same amount of screen space as the numbers, so it gave it this very vertically stacked, kinda clustered look, and honestly, I'm glad that they went with the final release version. This one's just a bit cluttered. It may seem simple, but without the ammo display, I don't think the Halo 1 assault rifle would be even half as charismatic as it was, and to my child brain, it made the assault rifle feel like a gun from the future. Halo 2 didn't feature the assault rifle, but it did introduce the battle rifle, which had its own ammo counter. From that point on, a pattern emerged in Halo's design language. Human rifles have numbers on them. Tactical rifles use cyan numbers against a black background, while auto rifles get the fancier, bordered, slightly backlit displays. Interestingly, Halo 2's ammo display has this almost TV static-like noise inside it. For Halo 3, the assault rifle's ammo counter is pretty much a 1-to-1 with the original game, though the CRT effect is a bit more subtle, and the cyan border's brightness was actually upped a little bit. The battle rifle lost that TV static-like noise and also used a subtle CRT effect. Across all games in the trilogy, Bungie kept the font for the ammo displays the exact same, and I actually tried to find the font that Bungie used, but no luck. The numbers are even stored as bitmaps in the game's code, and font searchers turn up nothing. It's possible that Bungie made this font themselves just because of how simple it is, but if anyone wants to correct me, feel free down below. Halo's ammo displays lived a peaceful, consistent life during the original trilogy, but that changed in 2010 with Halo Reach. The new display retires the old blocky digits for the agency font. The border was made solid and less diffused. A small UNSC eagle was added to the right of the bullet count with up and down options on the left, and a cute little message above them. What do you think Heart SR means? Finally, the classic shade of cyan stays, never leaving a UNSC rifle behind. And a really cool animated scanline effect is added to the display. It keeps that retro look intact. The DMR, on the other hand, doesn't do anything too fancy. It's just the cyan agency numbers. When looking at Halo 4, the approach to ammo displays was changed. The font chosen for this new generation of ammo counters was Aramie, which is a nice font for feeling futuristic, but also keeping one foot in the door of that retro look. For the assault rifle, the ammo symbol, channel switching options, and UNSC Eagle were removed, leaving just the ammo digits and compass. The compass was changed from the circular design of the Bungie days to one that's more pointy and triangular. The border was returned to a more diffused look. A faint 00 is even seen behind the digits that really lean into that digital clock look, and a thin, techie line pattern acts as a separator between the compass and ammo counter. The CRT scanline effect was also reinterpreted as this holographic scanner-like wave that moves up the ammo display. For the battle rifle, 2 cyan boxes are stacked on top of each other. The bottom box has our Aramie ammo digits and a faint 00 behind them, this time colored black, and the top box has a battery icon, an indicator for the battle rifle safety switch, and 4 little display options next to the battery. This was a radical shift in how Halo ammo displays usually looked, but just you wait until you see the DMR. The Halo 4 DMR display is a green box with black digits inside. Thin, wire-like patterns run along the outside, and the faint 00 sits behind those black digits, just like the others. This was so different that, at the risk of saying the thing, it broke new ground for Halo ammo displays. For Halo 5, the ammo displays amped up the level of detail. The assault rifle leans hard into that LED clock look with heavy scan lines, less futuristic and more blocky line work and symbols. 3.43 BIOS ROM sit above the ammo digits, and above that are two big words, Visor Link, indicating that the ammo display is synced up to the operator's HUD. Cool, right? Finally, the border is a lot more diffused, but the glow of the various elements were bumped up to 11, making the display quite bright. It's almost hard to read the numbers in dark conditions because of how bright it is. The battle rifle adopts a bright, yellow-colored display with 4 little boxes below the ammo digits. A battery icon is above them, and above that, the words, "No Safe." The Arami font is again used, though some of the numbers use Arami regular, while others use Arami stencil. In the beta for Halo 5, the assault rifle just used Arami stencil, like Halo 4. And the ammo display was also less bright in the beta, with the ammo digits and compass being the brightest elements of the display. Honestly, I prefer this look. If Halo 5 ever makes it to PC via emulation or a port, restoring the old look for the ammo display might be my first order of business for Halo 5. The battle rifle also had a darker display in the Halo 5 beta, looking almost orange. Again, I think I like it more than the bright yellow in the final game. For years, Halo's ammo displays slowly evolved from game to game. Designs changed, new details appeared or disappeared, but they were always just numbers on the guns. With Halo Infinite, though, 343 Industries finally gave these displays a proper place in the lore with Visor OS. Visor OS is a fictional operating system created to unify not just the ammo counters, but all kinds of UNSC tech across the game. Vehicle dashboards, Mjolnir HUDs, menus, terminals. Look anywhere in Halo Infinite and you'll see Visor OS. See that wall panel? That thing's using Visor. The datapads Marines use? Visor. Hop in a Warthog and turn it on? That dashboard is using Visor. Even the double XP tokens run on Visor OS. It's everywhere, and you can usually spot it by a few key visual traits. Thin line work, simple modular boxes for information, compact minimalist icons, the industry font, and of course, that familiar cyan blue tying it all together. The Halo Infinite assault rifle is probably the clearest example of the design pillars for Visor OS. The display loses all the old scan lines in favor of a clean, high-resolution screen. The familiar cyan digits are still there, sitting in the center, now framed by a subtle UI box. Above the numbers sits the compass, simplified into a single arrow that sort of looks like a mouse cursor. Thin guidelines and small UI brackets frame the panel and its various elements. Well, below the ammo count, the classic bullet icon returns, alongside that small UNSC eagle from Halo Reach, some channel switch options, and also S117. The whole thing feels minimalist and organized, almost like a tiny dashboard running its own operating system on the gun, rather than a simple LED counter with a compass feature. But the familiar cyan elements, dark background, and overall layout make it unmistakably Halo. Visor also shows up on the rest of the UNSC's arsenal. The Hydra displays the number of missiles loaded into the weapon, the lock-on status for the missiles rests above the number, and the fire mode is below. The Avenger SMG has white text, icons, and border against a blue background. Interesting. The battle rifle is the simplest of the bunch. The Bandit, which is more or less just a remaster of the Reach DMR, also gets a Visor-powered ammo display. Hell, even the sniper rifle scope is running Visor OS. Back in 2021, I just couldn't understand why 343 Industries wouldn't bring back the classic green sniper scope. But after looking a bit too hard while making this video, it finally clicked with me. So Visor OS even has support for optical displays. Finally, there's the Commando, which has a side-mounted ammo counter that's yellow. Yeah, yellow. Between the Avenger SMG's display and now the Commando's yellow one, it starts to look a bit like Visor has color customization built into its UI. Halo Infinite's various weapon microtransactions also back this up, showing that Visor can support a pretty wide variety of different display types and colors. But here's the interesting thing about the Commando's ammo display. It flickers, very subtly, but it flickers, almost like there's something off with it. So let's pretend for a second that the paid cosmetics don't count, they don't exist. I kind of have a theory on why it's yellow and why it flickers. So the Commando rifle is made by Vicara GmbH, while classics like the assault rifle, battle rifle, and DMR come from Mizraya Armory. Vicara is an old company, but unlike Mizraya, the weapons of Vicara never really had the same staying power. A few years before Halo Infinite, the company was even in serious financial trouble and had to be pulled from the brink of bankruptcy by some emergency investments. So my theory is that this weird yellow ammo display and the subtle flickering isn't just a random thing the devs did. Maybe Visor OS doesn't natively support the Commando weapons platform, and it sorta had to be bootstrapped and hacked into it. I mean, the weapon itself feels a bit clunkier and more old-fashioned, at least by the Halo universe's standards. You know, it doesn't feel as sleek as the Mizraya bullpups. I like to imagine at least that the Commando's ammo counter might just be a sort of janky Visor retrofit into the weapon, awkwardly bolted into the hardware it wasn't really compatible for. And now, the upcoming remake of Halo 1 seems to show us that Visor OS is returning. The ammo display on the new assault rifle for the Halo 1 remake is a clean, scanline-free display, though some tweaks to the design language of Visor were done. The display is a deep cyan with dark boxes to house the compass and ammo digits. The informational elements are no longer cyan, now colored white, with a simple bullet icon resting below the ammo digits and the compass resting on top. The compass was changed back to its rounded self, and above the compass is the Mizraya Armory symbol. The font was also changed from Industry to a free Google font, Oxanium, which I actually think works quite well for the ammo display. If you take a peek at the HUD and early menus for the Combat Evolved remake, the UI leans heavier into the look of Visor OS, with lots of cyans and deep blues, much more than Halo Infinite, which tended to just use white for things like text and the crosshair and so on. Oh, and yes, you can even see Visor on the dashboard of the new Warthog. From a simple ammo display for a cool sci-fi gun, to a full operating system that powers most of the UNSC's tech in the world of Halo, it's interesting to see the evolutionary journey of Halo's ammo counter. Which one is your favorite? Are you a fan of the digital clock look from the original trilogy, the more sci-fi look of Halo 4 and 5, or the clean functionality of Visor OS? And an even more important question, do you think Visor OS has a port of Doom? What I'm asking is, can Marines play Doom on their assault rifles?